pay-per-view.
It's a pay-per-view. It's $49.99.
Oh, okay. That's like a michelada at Dodger Stadium.
Just about.
Yeah, $49.95.
Maybe, yeah, just about.
Okay,
just
around
about.
there. Okay. Hey guys, Talk Shit Sports, Angel O, Jimmy Weed.
We're back, ready to go.
We are here, and we had some stuff to talk about, but we got some new stuff to talk about, some breaking news.
Oh my God. As we speak and as we record this, the NFL just went into disarray prior to the draft. Like, what, 2-3 hours before the draft?
Yeah.
Basically, 3 hours before the draft. All of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers comes in and he tells the Packers that he doesn't want to be a Packer anymore, that he's not coming back.
No more cheese.
No more cheese.
Man, I think he's going to be on, what, Jeopardy?
Well, you know what? Yes, he has been doing Jeopardy, and apparently he's been doing very well.
He likes it.
He likes it. So, I don't know. He wants to come to the West Coast?
He got a little taste of Hollywood. Didn't he marry? He's marrying an actress, I think, or somebody, right?
You know, that's another thing. I can't keep up with, all the women that Aaron Rodgers dates. I mean, he's gone through some incredible, famous-looking women. Famous and good-looking women, I should say. And, wow.
I think you should hang out with him.
Maybe I should.
Yeah.
Maybe I should. I don't know. I got to get myself a State Farm commercial to be able to hang out with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, now Drake's hanging out with him. No, but I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, this is huge because look, when they drafted a quarterback, what was it, last year? I don't know when
yes.
I don't think, he wasn't too happy. He was a team player.
Not only that, but they didn't tell him.
They didn't tell him. They didn't get, I mean, the guy, they were one weapon away from winning the Super Bowl.
Yes. I mean, they went to the NFC Championship 2 years in a row, and they didn't give him any help.
And then they're saying that one of the big reasons, another reason he wants to leave is that field goal at the end of towards the end of the game.
Yep.
Like
mismanagement.
They didn't go for it.
Yes.
Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. It's to have a guy like Aaron Rodgers on your team, the reigning MVP. Green Bay doing it right.
You actually think that he's going to sit out the year?
I think he will. It's different for him. He's got money.
Oh, he's got money. He's got no problem.
Most guys sit out for a while, then the money starts drying up, and then Jacob, the jeweler's calling them for their payment, and they're like, "Oh, yes, I got to pay my chains and my." It's a little different for Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, it is. It is a little different for Aaron Rodgers.
Besides, he go do Jeopardy, make money.
Well, I think that would be wonderful. But the thing is, now if you look at it on the West Coast, what team does he go to? Obviously, the Rams have their guy. The Chargers have their guy,
which we called the Green Bay Packers before. We called the Packers and the Lions to bring, because they heard rumors back,
right?
When it started.
So then everything goes like everybody's talked about San Francisco and the number 3 pick in the draft.
He's going to go to the team that he despised because they didn't draft him. They drafted Alex Smith over him. His hometown.
His hometown. That's where he wanted to go. He played in Berkeley. He played at Cal. So,
the Raiders were from NorCal too before.
Well, yeah, the Raiders were from NorCal. I mean, he could go to the Raiders if now
they could send Carr and the other Mariota to.
They could send whomever they want. I mean,
send the whole team.
If you ask me, right now, every team in the NFL that needs a quarterback should be on the phone with the Packers and doing their damnedest to try and persuade the Packers, who have said that they're not going to trade him, entice them with something. I mean, look, everybody knows I'm a Miami guy. If you guys are seeing it on YouTube, my flask here, I've got the Dolphins, I've got Marino on it, whatever. But if I'm Miami right now, it's probably the team with the most draft capital for the next 2 to 3 years. They've got the number 6 pick. They've got the number 18 pick in this year's draft. They've got Tua. They've got, I believe, 2 more first-round picks next year. The year after that, they've got a slew of picks. If I'm Miami, I call Green Bay and I say, hey, we'll give you 3 number 1 picks, maybe a couple of number 3s. Give us Aaron Rodgers.
I think if you're every team in the league except Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, you call for Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, absolutely. What about he's not going to go to Jacksonville? Obviously, he doesn't want to play in Jacksonville. But you've got the number 1 pick.
If you're every team except the Chiefs in the NFL, you're going for Aaron Rodgers. Because how many years? He's got what, good 4 or 5 years left?
Oh, easily.
I mean, Tom Brady's 43 years old.
The only problem with him, as opposed to some of these other teams that are really looking to get a young quarterback, is because of the quarterback salary cap. You know, if you've got a quarterback signed, you know, on a rookie scale, for 3-4 years, that's how you can build your team. You know, as opposed to having an Aaron Rodgers who makes. I don't know the numbers exactly, but I would assume he's
high 30s.
35 mil a year guy.
Yeah.
At least.
Well, or they can restructure contracts like they do in Tampa Bay. Right now the tight end is restructuring his contract to sign Antonio Brown.
Right.
I mean, this guy was out of the league a year and he's Super Bowl and that's all because of Tom Brady.
Right, and they're bringing everybody back in Tampa. But another thing with Antonio Brown, it's all incentive laden.
Well,
for that
still
contract.
Like 3 million.
The way that he is such a head case. You're not going to guarantee him any money. You're going to give him a very small
3 mil guarantee and another 3 mil, I think, in incentives. So it's like total like 6 points.
I wouldn't have given him more than 1 guarantee.
Yeah, he's fine though with Tom Brady. Tom Brady keep him in check.
Didn't he live with Tom Brady for a while there at the end of the year?
As long as Tom Brady's there, a guy like that, I think he's fine. He's a head case, but he'll control him. Tom Brady's got some magic, I guess, whatever.
Yes, he does.
And he takes these guys to the UFC fight. He was there front row.
Well, but Antonio Brown decided to sit next to Jake Paul instead of Tom Brady.
Well, that's who he is. Tom Brady don't care. Tom Brady was sitting next to Mike Evans?
Yeah.
Mike Evans repping LA Dodgers. Nice Dodger uniform there.
That's right.
Jersey. Nice job, Mike. But back to Rodgers, I mean, what they're saying New Orleans, right? They would win immediately.
Oh my goodness, can you imagine?
Immediately. They're ready to go. The offensive line ready to go. They're saying that Belichick's on the phone trying to figure some stuff out right now.
Of course. I mean, who wouldn't want to have Aaron Rodgers right now?
We can trade Stafford for Rodgers. Why not?
Even the Rams.
Stafford, you haven't played a game yet, but you're going to Green Bay now.
Hey, I would too. I mean, he's a game changer. Aaron Rodgers is a game changer.
The what makes the most sense, and I hate to say it, is the Niners.
Yes,
because they got the number 3 pick.
They've got the number 3 pick.
That's his hometown,
but not
it's his favorite team growing up.
The only problem is they gave a lot for that number 3 pick.
They got a good team though.
Yes, they got a good team, but I'm sure they need to give something else to Green Bay. They're not going to only be content with the number 3 pick. But what are you going to do with Jordan Love? I mean, you drafted him last year. You get the number 3 pick, and now you're going to pick another quarterback? If you're the Packers?
Well, who's okay? So
what I would do is maybe get Kyle Pitts, the tight end from Florida, who's supposed to be the best talent right now in the draft.
But they got a bunch of receivers 7 or 5 or 6. He's going down in the draft. The tight end,
Kyle Pitts.
They got him down like projected. I don't know. We don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it's all crazy. But you've got Chicago. Chicago needs a quarterback, even though they just signed Andy Olsen. Andy Olsen and Aaron Rodgers, right? That's no comparison.
Andy Dalton.
Right, Andy Dalton. The Washington football team, they need a quarterback. Carolina needs a quarterback, even though they got Sam Darnold.
Every team except the Chiefs and Tampa Bay are going to be can trade for Aaron Rodgers right now.
Yes, it's insane.
It all comes down to who has the best trade, who has the best assets. San Francisco, they're saying he wants to go to the West Coast, but where do you go?
Well, that's
Chargers?
the thing. No, because the Chargers have their guy.
Send him to.
Well, no, because he's on a rookie contract and he did rather well. He's the future.
But there's no guarantees Aaron Rodgers is the future.
No,
the Raiders
but he did well.
Herbert
did well.
The Raiders may have a shot.
Now
they
that's
got
another
two
team.
quarterbacks.
That's
that
another
they can trade
team.
there.
Absolutely.
They got Carr, who's a good quarterback.
Yep. Very
they
serviceable.
got Mariota, who's a good quarterback.
Yep.
They can either I don't know, and then they can draft somebody, I guess. Get rid of Love if they want to, or I don't know if they groom him or do whatever. But I don't know what the Raiders have in picks.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You know, it's going to take a lot of picks, a lot of draft capital to entice the Packers. But this is just, you know, a bomb from
Right
Aaron
before the
Rodgers.
draft. So we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, there's
everybody had an idea of what was going to happen. Now, I tell you what, it's insane.
Well, the top 3 picks are what Trevor Lawrence are saying, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones. It's what it comes down to is Green Bay, how they're looking at Mac Jones or the what's his name from Justin Fields,
right?
Or if they really like
Trey Lance,
if they like those guys, then they're like, wait a minute, you know, because those other 2 top quarterbacks are not going to be. They're probably going to be gone. That's what they're
right. Unless, what if you make a trade with New York, with the Jets, for the number 2 pick, and whatever else they've got,
and they can get Zach Wilson,
and they can get Zach Wilson. You know,
Zach Wilson's supposed to be.
He's supposed to be a baller. A baller. Yeah, great arm.
Played in cold weather at
BYU.
So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Why not?
I mean, New York is a great. I mean, I don't know. The Jets are just a bad organization.
True.
Who knows, man? This is going to be interesting. I mean, I know the Cheeseheads right now. They're heartbroken, but you know this was coming. Yeah. Whoever runs the Green Bay Packers. The move they made last year by drafting a quarterback was a stupid move. Not putting another weapon in Rodgers' hands or protecting him with the offensive line or
even at the trade deadline, they didn't do anything. Not that they went and they got
carried the team
a defensive back or they got a linebacker or they got anybody. They didn't do a thing. The Packers didn't do a thing at the deadline, at the trade deadline.
Without Rodgers, they don't even make the playoffs.
No, absolutely not.
He's carried this team for so long.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, man. And then LaFleur, whatever, to kick a field goal. But you got the MVP quarterback who can figure something out. Let him go at least win the game.
Fourth down, you're inside.
You're giving it back to
inside the 10. I believe they were on the 3-yard line.
Yes.
On the 3-yard line, and you don't give Aaron Rodgers a chance to put you ahead with 2 minutes to go, and you've got Tom Brady on the other side.
Probably the greatest player to ever play football.
You're not getting the ball back.
I mean, you got one of the greatest, probably the greatest player to ever play football that you're giving the ball back to.
Yes.
That's been in this situation how many times? I don't understand the logic in that.
We still don't. Remember when we did our show way back when, talking about that bonehead move, that's exactly what we said. We still don't comprehend it today. And so that's another reason why Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay. Yeah, man, it's going to be interesting what's going on. I mean, good news, Tim Tebow's working out for the Jaguars. That's right. Well, Tebow's going to find his niche somewhere, right? Well, he wants to make a comeback. But now he retired from Major League Baseball, which he should have. I mean, he was in the minors with the Mets, and he wasn't going to pan out. He's good on ESPN. He can stay there. I mean, now he wants to be a tight end. He's working out for the Jaguars, and you've got to realize that Urban Meyer. Oh, that's his. That's right. It's his coach at Florida. Yeah, and Urban Meyer loves him like a son. So he's going to give him just about any opportunity to see if he can work, at any level. So it makes sense that he worked out for the Jags. I don't think any other team would consider working him out right now. I mean, regardless, he's going to have a future in the TV or a coach, or he's going to be in the future. Tim Tebow is going to be. He's a good guy. He's a good dude. He knows a lot about the game. But what sucks about Tebow. And not sucks about him, but what sucks for him, he beat the Steelers with Denver in the playoff. That's right. And they shipped them off. That one slant went for like 90 yards. I mean, he never really got like he got shots here and there, but he was like
a filler, and then he actually did something, which any other quarterback would have been like, well, you want a playoff game? You're starting next year. Like, we're starting with you. And,
yeah.
But unfortunately, Peyton Manning came over, and it was like, sorry, you're going to the Jets.
That was horrible. Poor guy. Yeah, and he's a good human being. So
yeah, he's a good dude.
Poor thing. But you know what?
I mean, what else we got?
Your Rams, they don't have a pick in this year's first round. Next year's first round, I don't even know if they've got a first pick in 2024. But wow, man, they have the best place to hold the draft. Have you seen the villa that the Rams rented in Malibu?
That's why if you're an NFL player out there, you want to play in LA.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All I can say is
that's where we should be.
I don't think that's draft central. That should be party central.
Oh, I'm sure they're having a party. This is not on camera.
Wow. I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. Look it up. And I'm sure, it's going to be shown on ESPN, ABC, NFL Network tonight, during the draft. Man, but those digs, woo!
I mean,
wow.
Beautiful place.
Incredible place.
Rams know how to do it. Different culture now. So, Rams, Super Bowl champs. I called it already this year. So, but that's football. We had a nice, good UFC fight this last week. You talked about Antonio Brownson next to Jake Paul. Jake Paul. They were saying some nice words to Jake Paul. I heard at the arena. It was the first full fight.
It was like over 12,000 people in Jacksonville. They packed the place.
Even Tom Brady was there.
Yeah. I mean, the place, the electricity in the place, you could tell. People.
Oh, what a difference.
Yeah, a huge difference. But you know what? You got to hand it to Jake Paul, because the minute he came in, he started flipping everybody off. The crowd went nuts and started, chanting, F you, fuck.
He's an entertainer.
And you got to hand it to him. He makes himself, noticed.
Because of his pay-per-views is why he got Mayweather to actually agree to fight his brother, probably.
Logan Paul? Well, you know what? That fight has been in the works for a while. But it's
been like,
But it was on and off,
Mayweather always backs out.
Yes.
He's probably thinking, Then he saw the numbers. He's like, wait a minute.
Yes.
I'm going to get more pay-per-view numbers here than any other fight probably he's ever fought before.
Ooh, yeah. Most of the fights that he's fought, I mean, he did great with Pacquiao. Obviously, he did great with De La Hoya. He did really well with Conor McGregor, which was another circus. But, they're fighting June 6th at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The day after Teofimo Lopez fights Kambosos on Triller pay-per-view at the same venue. This is taking place on a Sunday. But they've got a real good card, like undercard for that. It's not just Mayweather and Logan Paul. So you've got
like
Badou Jack.
Fights?
Yeah, like real fight. Jean Pascal is fighting Badou Jack. They fought once and it was a war. They're fighting on the undercard as well. And then you've got the former unified super welterweight champion Jarrett Hurd against Luis Arias. That's a great fight as well.
So who's the promoter? Triller?
No, it's going to be on Showtime.
Oh wow!
Showtime pay-per-view. Oh, wow. But I don't know who. I think it's Mayweather who's promoting it. Mayweather Promotions. That he has. Along with Leonard Ellerby, they do a great job of promoting his fighters. Mayweather Promotions. Jarrett Hurd, I think, is part of Mayweather Promotions. So is Badou Jack. So they've got these guys.
So Mayweather looked at it like, let me do this. Let me put some real fights in there.
Yes.
And then we'll do an entertainment fight, and the numbers will be huge.
Oh, I think, he's going to get probably at least 1.5 mil, which is what the Mayweather Logan Paul.
He's going to make it a few $100 million.
So I don't know how much he's going to make. I really don't know. However, I was at the press conference for Reese and Areola. Sean Porter, welterweight champ, ex-welterweight champ, was sitting there, and they asked him and Mikey Garcia if they would ever get in the ring with one of these YouTubers or whatever for an exhibition fight. And Sean Porter said, you know what? You have to draw the line somewhere, because one of these guys is going to get hurt and someone's going to die because they're not boxers.
Right.
Even, no matter how much time you put into going into a training camp, which both Paul brothers do. They actually do have a training camp getting ready for their fights.
Yeah, they train.
They train. It's not like they've never thrown a punch before. However, they didn't have an amateur career. They didn't go through Golden Gloves and all those amateur tournaments that all these boxers did. So not only are, the guys that actually fight them, putting them at risk, but the athletic commissions, are complicit as well. Because why do you give a license to someone to fight who's not a fighter?
Because it's entertainment.
It's entertainment, and they're getting paid.
It's probably like the WWF is fixed. They already know he's going to lose. When he's going to get knocked out. We don't even know.
But so far, you've had all these YouTubers fight celebrities, other athletes like Jake Paul, beat up Nate Robinson.
Right.
I don't know if it was Logan Paul or Jake Paul who fought KSI and lost. No, it was Logan Paul who fought KSI and he lost.
No, I don't
so
know.
He's 0-1 actually going into this fight against Mayweather, right? All these guys have not fought a real boxer.
Gotcha.
And now you take on probably the best defensive fighter ever in Floyd Mayweather.
Well, he better throw punches, because Mayweather's not going to throw punches.
So, well, I hope that Mayweather gets him out of there in a hurry and he doesn't do what he did with Conor McGregor. He pretty much let him do whatever he wanted for like 8 rounds, and then the last 2, like 9 and 10, he started going at him and he knocked him out. He stopped him.
It's because it's fixed. It's all fixed.
I think it's all about the money. I have no idea how much money, but I'm sure they're getting at least, I don't know, if you're talking Mayweather, what, 20 mil guaranteed? Yeah, and with an upside, I mean, it's easy money. That's what it is.
Because I bet you Mayweather, the pay-per-view is going to be a lot more than $39. It's going to be a bigger one, $79. It's going to be like the big fights.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen how much.
I don't see Mayweather fighting this guy for $20 million. After I don't.
Well, it says here, Showtime pay-per-view's price is $49.99 worldwide. Worldwide. So that's probably, Yeah,
Mayweather's he's gonna draw people from around the world.
So yeah, you think maybe he gets, and the reason these guys are getting so many pay-per-views is because the YouTubers, they have, like we said last week, like millions and millions of followers worldwide.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that are going to be able, I'm sure they're going to stream it.
It goes viral, of course.
It goes viral. And so that's why. So, okay. So then let's say, what, 50 mil out of this fight for Mayweather?
Maybe 50. I think 50 mil, that's why he's going to do it.
Yeah. He wouldn't do it for any other reason.
From Showtime money.
Plus, yes. Yeah. I'm sure he is as well. So, I mean, Mayweather wouldn't be doing this if it didn't make financial sense.
Of course,
because that's what Mayweather does.
Because he could come out of retirement and fight a boxer and make big purse.
Everybody's saying that he should come back and fight Canelo. That's never going to happen.
No,
not anymore. Not now that Canelo's gotten real good.
Right. They're saying him to come back and fight Pacquiao again. That would be big money fight again, but. It's all entertainment. It's all BS. I mean, you got a good fight. I don't know if it's going to be good, but this weekend it's Ruiz and Ariola, right? That's going to be a heavyweight fight here in LA. And
that's right. Yeah, that should be a great fight, as a matter of fact. Look, both guys are coming in the best shape of their career. Chris Ariola is going to weigh somewhere in the 230s.
Wow.
I mean, he's been in the ring fighting at over 250, 260. And now he says that, he did such a great job in camp with Joe Goosen that he hasn't even looked at how much he's been weighing, but it's just been coming off because of the hard work. So I think he said he was around 236 right now. So he's in great shape.
Yeah, but Ruiz is a different animal.
He's in great shape as well. He says he's going to be between 255 and 257 for the fight. But he's learned a lot with Eddie Reynoso. A lot of defense, a lot of movement, angles, stuff that I don't think, to be honest, Chris Arreola has seen before in a heavyweight. Plus, Andy Ruiz has got the fastest hands in the heavyweight division. I think it's going to be a knockout. But you know what? I wouldn't put it past Chris, who's never been knocked out. He's been stopped because the corner has stopped the fight. He got stopped against Vitaly Klitschko here at the Staples Center when he was 29-0. He went into that and he got stopped by Klitschko. It was his first loss for Arreola. But it was just because he was, unless he knocked out Klitschko, he couldn't win. They stopped it in the 10th, and it was he didn't get knocked out. Against Deontay Wilder as well, they stopped the fight. He didn't want it stopped, but his corner stopped the fight. So he's never been knocked out. And he says he's in great shape. He's worked on his defense, and he's going to bring something that nobody's seen from Chris Arreola before, but he's 40 years old. So, your body, your mind may tell you that you want to do certain things. Your body doesn't cooperate. Absolutely. Trust me. I know.
Absolutely.
Once you hit 40, you're like, well, let me try and do this. And your body goes, Epa viejito, what the heck do you think you're doing? No, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it going all the way. I think Ruiz is going to knock him out, or they're going to stop it or something.
And in the last fight that Arreola had against Koznacki, the Polish dude, different style fighter too, but Arreola established a new record for punches thrown for a heavyweight. Wow. I believe it was 1,125 or something like that. Wow. Ridiculous. I mean, he was busy, and that's why he didn't retire, because going into that fight, he thought that was his last fight and he was going to retire. He did so well, even though he lost. He said, you know what? I can still keep going.
Yeah, but you throw that many punches, man, he's going to tire himself out and Ruiz is going to knock him out. I mean, who knows? And then you have Canelo's fighting in, May 8th? What is it?
May 8th. In a week.
Yeah.
Canelo fights Billy Joe Saunders in Dallas, right? In Dallas at Jerry's World.
Right.
They say 70,000 people are expected to be there.
Wow, it's going to be huge.
It's going to be absolutely huge.
I mean, having fans is a game changer. We saw that with the Masvidal fight.
Did you see that knockout?
Yeah. Well, he was going to get knocked out. He was too cocky with his hands down.
He was too cocky. He said, that
he had his hands down. Like, what are you doing? Like,
and he didn't respect Usman's
he got
power.
Hit a couple times before that, and it was like no big deal. And then it was like, then he was putting his hands down. I was like, oh man.
I don't
care who you are. You get hit in the right place, you're gonna go down.
Yeah, hit him right in the jaw.
But we talked about this. Masvidal had lost 14 fights. It's not like he's never been beat before.
Right, he's lost 15 now.
I mean, God.
Look, Masvidal made a name for himself when he knocked out Ben Askren with a knee.
Yeah, flying knee.
5 seconds into the fight.
Right.
And that made him like.
And then Jake Paul knocked him
he'd
out.
been doing okay, and he'd been getting UFC's attention, Dana White, whatever. He did that, and then he fought and he beat Nate Diaz.
Yeah, but Nate Diaz fought like 2 months before that, or he had an open. He wasn't even healed yet.
Right,
fully healed.
So he beat Nate Diaz, and that's what catapulted him into like elite level fighter, which I still don't know if he actually is an elite fighter in UFC.
I think he had a good run. I think he fought Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz shouldn't have took the fight. It was too early because Nate Diaz had just fought somebody, and Nate Diaz, bloody broke.
Oh,
he just getting started. Nate
Diaz is a true vato.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz is someone who's scary. I mean,
because he just goes and goes.
Yeah, I mean, he comes from an area of Stockton where if you go in there at the wrong time of day, good luck.
That's a rough place. Yeah,
rough place.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is that they'd have to redo the fight and see what happens. Maybe I would do it again if I was Nate. Why not?
Well, I think they're talking about Nate's brother. Nick Diaz.
He hasn't been doing anything.
No, he hasn't fought, but he wants to fight, and I think Dana White said that he may give him a fight, and Masvidal came out and said, Nick wants to come back because he wants to avenge what I did to his little brother. It's all part of the promotion.
Yeah, it's a good promotion.
But
when you watch the Diaz brothers, you're gonna see a fight.
Yes. Absolutely.
I mean, you get your money's worth no matter what. They got to drag them out or stop the fight like they did. That's the only way the fight's going to stop with these guys.
Yeah.
But I don't even know why his brother stopped fighting. The older brother,
Nick. I don't know why, but both, Nick and Nate. Look, these guys have their own code or whatever. They do whatever they want. If they don't like what you offer, or if they don't like you, whatever, they say, screw you, I don't need you, whatever. I mean, these guys truly are a little bit off. Well, both of them.
They know that they bring the crowd. They know
absolutely.
They know they're going to give a good fight, so they know what they're doing. They're great. I love watching their fights. They're great. So that's a boxing UFC. We got some basketball news. We got the Suns, the Phoenix Suns. I mean, they playoffs in 11 years? I didn't even know that.
First time they've been in the playoffs in 11 years.
Since Nash was there?
That's what I was going to ask. Was it since Nash was there? Probably.
Shaq was there? When Shaq was there?
I don't know. I don't even know if Shaq made it to the playoffs with them.
Barkley?
I mean, it's been a while. It's been a dry spell in the desert. Though. But right now,
they're a scary team.
Yes, they are.
They're a scary team to play. Devin Booker, that guy's a stud.
He's a complete stud who could have been with the Lakers.
Could have been. Could have, would have, should have. But I'll tell you one thing, CP3 was a missing piece.
Yes.
For him to come there and do what he's doing, the leadership he's taken, I know he has a good relationship with the coach. Is it Monty Williams?
Monty Williams.
He's saying that he was at his wedding. So he really close relationship. I guess Monty coached him back in New Orleans. He was there.
Yes, when they were in New Orleans, yeah.
So, I mean, I thought CP3 was done a couple of years ago. A lot of people thought he was done. He didn't look that good. He went to OKC, did some great stuff with the Thunder last year.
Well, before that, remember he went to Houston. And the only reason
he got hurt.
The only reason why they didn't beat the Lakers, or they didn't. Yeah, the Lakers, right?
It was Lakers, somebody.
Or Golden State. Was because CP3 had a hamstring injury.
And they had their number. Houston was...
I truly believe that Houston would have beaten Golden State back then.
They were a great...
They were a great team, with the Beard. With
Beard, Capella, all those guys. They had a really good team. Yeah, but they're doing well. I mean, I know the playoffs are coming soon. They're going to have the one and done.
I believe it's the first six...
First six make it
automatically.
7 through 10 go.
And 7 through 10 is a one-game play-in.
Right.
And that's what everybody is saying right now, that, teams like the Lakers, for example, who are fifth right now, what they want to do is avoid that play-in game at all costs. Because you never know. A one-game playoff, if it's not your night, whatever, you're done.
Yeah.
You're out.
It's different beating them in a series,
Yes.
Yeah. So,
but a one-game playoff, you never know, especially when, Anthony Davis has gotten some minutes, but now the last few remaining games that the Lakers have, now that LeBron's going to come back, he's got to use them as sort of a preseason type thing. Trying to get, because he's missed almost 6 weeks.
Yeah, but LeBron is LeBron. He's
right, but one thing is to, you need to get back into game shape.
I mean, LeBron missed all that time last year, and look at him go in the bubble and they just won the whole thing. I mean,
yeah, but he wasn't coming off an injury like this, a high ankle sprain.
Come on.
Well, you don't know.
He could have been back 3 weeks ago if he wanted to. That was a great injury to keep him rest.
But LeBron has the most miles,
of course,
from playing so much. And this is some great rest for him.
He was playing like at an MVP level this year. I mean, I think what they could do with LeBron is put him in the easy games and just win whatever they need to win just to stay in that. Right now, I think they got him playing against the Nuggets if they were to start the playoffs. That'd be a great match for us because they lost Murray.
Yeah, I think that's a huge loss.
Yeah.
Because Jamal Murray, we saw what he did in the bubble last year. He pretty much carried that team. If Jamal Murray would have been healthy again in the playoffs, him and the Joker.
Oh, they're dangerous. And now they got Gordon from Orlando. And then they have Porter who's stepping up now too. He was Michael Porter Jr. They're a good team. They match up really well. You know who got lucky is the Jazz. Because they have the Jazz number.
Yes.
Remember Murray Mitchell going at it last year?
Oh, great series.
Yeah, that was I was looking forward to that one too. So, and then you have the Clippers. I don't know. The Clippers got beat last night. They get their butts kicked by the Suns.
The Clippers, to me, are the perennial has-beens or almost made
they're
it.
Cursed.
They're the
become the Supersonics.
The casi, type of team that are close, but they never make it over the hump.
I don't understand these guys. They got Kawhi Leonard sitting games, and you got CP3 playing every game.
Yes. I don't understand.
CP3 playing a high level, 36 years old.
I don't understand the game management issue.
Even as a Clipper fan. Like, it's okay for you to sit your player, like,
I don't get it.
So you can go to the game and you don't know if your star's going to play or not.
Like, I don't like it. I don't get it.
No mames way.
No mames way. Exactly. And you know what? Kawhi Leonard, he showed it last year. He's not a leader.
No, he's not a leader.
He's not.
That's why they got Rondo.
The reason why they won in Toronto is because he had other guys that were vocal leaders.
Even that's why they got Rondo. Paul George wasn't a leader. None of them.
No.
Paul George freaking missing his girlfriend over there in the bubble, and
they're
cried a river.
Both Kawhi.
Let me tell you something. I didn't see the game. I just saw some highlights of the game. Don't be surprised if Rondo and Ty Lue get into it, because Booker had Rondo's number yesterday. Rondo was trying to guard him, mess with him. Booker's he's a stud, right? And then I saw Lue telling Rondo something, and Rondo looked at him and I'm like, oh, there it is. Because Rondo's a special character. Rondo.
Yeah, he's also got a screw loose.
Yeah, and it's a different type of coach with Rondo.
Yes.
I mean, Frank Vogel did a great job with Rondo last year, and you never, I've seen Rondo go at it with his coaches and players on his team. I mean, Paul George shows the little, weenie side of him like he did in the bubble. Rondo, he's going to hear from Rondo.
Yeah.
And Rondo's, that could be a lot of friction in that locker room. So it could be a good or a bad thing for Rondo coming to the Clippers.
Right.
We don't know. We'll find out. But the Clippers are the Clippers.
Yeah. The Clippers. I don't know.
Go to Seattle.
All I know is
Seattle.
Billy Crystal. God bless his soul for liking the Clippers for so long.
Billy Crystal, get the crystal ball and just go to Seattle. Go to Seattle. Make them the Supersonics. Break the curse, and voila, the rest is history. We're talking about basketball. Well, we'll have some more to talk about that when the time comes when the playoffs start. But talking about baseball now, MLB's back. I've been to a few games opening day. I've been to a few Dodger games. It's getting better. I kind of like the space where my seats are at. I got nobody behind me. I got nobody in front of me. Nobody on the left or right side.
That's kind of nice, but that's going to change soon.
The beer line is empty. It's the rest.
Didn't we in LA County just go into the yellow tier?
We are going to go into, I think, in May, right? May 1st or something?
Well, yeah. That's going to probably get more people to go to the stadiums.
Well, California right now, you can only... They only have tickets till June, so they don't know after June what's going to happen. That's why they did it the way they did.
Okay.
But, baseball, there's a lot of things happening in baseball. You got Tatis talking about flipping the bats and doing all that fun stuff. And
Trevor Bauer,
Bauer's he's okay with it.
He was okay with it. You know what? Good for Trevor Bauer.
Good for baseball.
That's great for baseball.
Even your buddy A-Rod said it's good for baseball.
Yes, I'm so sick of all the purists and everything saying the unwritten rules of baseball. Well, you can't show a guy up. I'm like, yeah, that's why you were getting only 50, 60-year-olds who are still interested in baseball because the younger generation doesn't give a crap about baseball because you can't celebrate, you can't do anything, because if you do, you get thrown at your head.
Speaking of throwing at your head, Bryce Harper took a 96 mile an hour fastball to his face. He's got hit in the face yesterday.
Wow.
Man. I think
he's okay, right?
He did a post like he did. Yeah, he was fine. He got nailed right in the face. Oof. Man, 96 miles an hour. And then your buddy Lindor is getting booed out of New York. It's not Cleveland.
No, it's not Cleveland. And you know that in New York, the pressures of New York are insane.
You got to produce.
You got to produce. The one thing I can say about Lindor is I've watched, not games, but I've watched a lot of highlights. And he's hitting it exactly where people are right now. I mean, he's hitting it hard, but he's getting a lot of hits taken away as well.
Well, he's coming American League to National League. He's got to get used to the pitchers.
Yep,
different pitchers.
Plus, I'm sure he's putting on some pressure on himself as well because of the $341 million contract.
I mean, he won either way, but he'll be fine. But his teammate DeGrom, I mean,
oh my God! Look. Tell you what, to me, he's the best pitcher in baseball. He's been lights
no support.
Out. None. I mean, last night he lost 1-0. The Mets had 2 hits. All right, and he threw a complete game, I think. Or like 8 innings. Unbelievable. This guy gets absolutely no support. Unbelievable. I believe he's the one with the most games going at least 6 or 8 innings with 2 runs or less of support in I don't know how long. And he's got 31 of those. I mean, the Mets just don't hit when he's on the mound.
Yeah, I don't know. If I was DeGrom, I'd get out of there, man. Go somewhere. Go to a team that, I mean, imagine what he can do on a winning team. Jeez. You put him on the Dodgers, I mean, man.
Oof. You know what?
The Yankees need him.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
But the Mets don't want to give him the Yankees.
The Dodgers have plenty of pitching. Yeah. The Yankees have no pitching.
They have zero.
If he went over from
New York,
from Flushing to the Bronx, oh my God!
He'll get run support.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The one thing that they don't have, that the Yankees don't have, is starting pitching.
Yeah, I mean, because their pitchers are giving up a lot of runs. I mean, they're scoring runs, but they're giving up a lot of runs. Yeah, I don't know how that would work out. I don't think the Mets would want him on the Yankees. They really don't like. They hate each other.
Yeah, Mets, they wouldn't trade him. I don't know how it would have to work, but
I was surprised when I went to New York. How Mets and Yankees they do not like each other
at all.
And the only people that like the Mets are from Queens, the Queens area there, right? Because it's dominated by the Yankees, but it's like it's completely different than the Dodgers and the Angels. It's not it's a rivalry, but not really.
It's not a rivalry.
I mean, the Mets and Yankees, they dislike each other, like
big time.
Yeah.
Well, they treat each other with hatred. I mean, there is no hatred between the Dodgers and Angels.
Yeah,
Angels. I mean, if you're not from Orange County, nobody really cares about the Angels in California
or Riverside.
Maybe.
Yeah, But I mean, you could go to the Dodger game or go to an Angel game, and you could see the mom wearing an Angel jersey and the dad wearing a Dodger jersey. That doesn't happen in New York. You don't see the Mets and the Yankees. You don't see it mixed up like that. So, or you had Jared Weaver's mom. Remember, she was wearing the half Dodger, half Angel uniform. That was pretty cool.
That's right.
The Weaver brothers.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
And speaking of the Angels, Shohei Ohtani, first guy since Babe Ruth to be a starting pitcher and also be in the lineup.
He's playing outfield, right? Center field
or DHing. I think
they had him in the game.
Oh, he played
the game. I think
No, he couldn't because he was pitching.
Oh no, I know, but another game he played. He wasn't pitching. He was playing in the game. I'm like, what do you do with this guy?
Anything. Apparently he came into that game where he pitched and he was in the lineup and he also batted. First guy ever to do it since Babe Ruth.
I don't know. This guy is a good pitcher.
And he's coming off Tommy John surgery.
I mean, he was out in the outfield. The guy running down balls.
The guy's amazing. If he played anywhere else, I'm sure everyone would be talking about Shohei Ohtani.
Right.
But he plays for the Angels, where it's literally you fall off the map as far as media is concerned.
Yeah, it sucks.
And attention.
Yeah, I mean, look at the what's his name out there in the outfield, their MVP.
Oh, Mike Trout.
He
gets better every year.
But you never hear about him. But imagine that guy on the Yankees or Red Sox or Dodgers.
Or the Phillies. He's from that area.
It'd be every night on ESPN.
Oh my God! Everybody would be talking about Mike Trout. But you know what? That's why guys like playing for the Angels, because nobody bothers them. I mean, nobody. You go there, and I don't know now, but under Mike Scioscia, it was you. The guys were terrified of Scioscia. Like, I would go and try and get interviews of them coming off the field. They'd be like, no, Mike's gonna see me. I can't, or whatever. I literally.
Mike Scioscia was hardcore.
Oh, he was hardcore. I mean, a couple of guys would tell me in the tunnel. They would only do it in the tunnel going towards the clubhouse, because if they got, seen by Mike Scioscia giving an interview, they were fined, or I don't know what.
I wouldn't mess with Mike Scioscia either. Remember him in the plate, blocking the plate back in the day?
He was a big guy.
Try to run him over.
Yeah.
Man, but the new coach is from what's his name? From the Cubs. He looks like a cool coach, though.
Yes, he was also the coach of the Tampa.
Is it Matt?
No. Why are we blanking out?
I'm blanking out. He was an assistant coach on the Angels back in when they won the World Series. But another news. I mean, there was a strikeout yesterday.
Oh, Joe Madden.
Yeah. He looks like a cool dude, like a player's coach. Yeah. But you see Rizzo striking out Freddie Freeman.
Oh my God!
It was a nice pitch.
I don't know why he was pitching.
It looked like a curveball.
He was throwing like 70 miles an hour or whatever, 71. He ramped it up to 74.
Well, I think he can throw faster. It's probably for control.
He just didn't want to do that.
Yeah, but he looked like a curveball he threw to Freddie, and Freddie.
A 61 mile an hour curveball, and he struck him out.
Freddie hasn't seen a pitch that slow since Pony League, or Colt League, maybe back in elementary. He was like, he threw him off that pitch.
Yeah, no, they were both laughing during the at bat,
but it threw him off. Like, that was a slow pitch. Like, he's not used to. I mean, that kind of like showed some pitch or something. Maybe you throw a little slow 66 mile an hour little curve, and they're swinging like twice.
Look at Greinke.
He could have swung twice like pitching. A piñata. Like, he could have swung twice at it. Like
a piñata. Yeah, absolutely. Well, look at Greinke. He throws that eephus pitch, every once in a while. The last time, was it 59 miles an hour?
I don't know.
Or 55 that he threw a couple of weeks ago. Unbelievable. And, he does that all the time, and he gets away with it. Guys are not used to facing, slow pitching anymore. Yeah, you're right. Maybe that's what some pitchers should do. Instead of throwing their arms out, have a little bit more control, throw a little bit slower. But I'm sure, major league hitters are going to adjust and probably just hit that ball all over the place the second time they see them, second time around the lineup.
Who knows? I mean, it's pretty crazy. I also heard that MLB is looking to expand a couple of new teams, but they won't do it until the Oakland A's get a stadium and another team. Who's the other team? I forgot who the other team was. But they said that until they get a stadium, then they're looking at expanding it to like Nashville or some other markets. I don't know. Maybe some of those teams will move there. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, look. I don't know if it's still the Oakland County, the Alameda County Coliseum or whatever, but that place is a dump.
Yeah.
At one point, the Bay Area had the two worst stadiums in all of Major League Baseball with Candlestick Park and the Oakland Coliseum. They're atrocious.
Yeah, they're horrible. But I mean, I know baseball expanding into some new cities. I mean, there's some new growing cities out there like Nashville and other cities. And they're talking about Charlotte, Nashville. Those are two like good cities, sports cities that
they're
a
good
lot of people
cities.
move there that are probably fans of baseball. All these tech companies moving everywhere.
Austin.
I mean, that'd be that's an upcoming city too.
Yes, absolutely.
We're saying San Antonio too for a baseball team. San Antonio or Austin. I mean, they're pretty close to each other.
Yeah, I think Austin and San Antonio are probably about an hour and a half.
Yeah. Because what do they have in Texas? Two teams? Just the Rangers
in Texas,
and the Astros.
The Rangers and the Astros.
That's a big state.
Yeah.
I mean, they said until Oakland gets a stadium and Tampa Bay gets a stadium. And Tampa Bay says in 2022, I believe, they're going to split with Montreal. They're gonna play in Tampa Bay, which I don't get.
What?
They're gonna play in Tampa Bay half the games and half in Montreal.
Not even the Blue Jays can play in Toronto right now. They're playing in Buffalo.
Are they playing in Buffalo or
they're
Tampa
playing
Bay?
in Buffalo?
Oh, yeah.
They're playing in Buffalo this year again, just like last year.
Oh, okay.
I think they're playing it. Or
I thought they were playing Buffalo too, but I saw a game they were playing and it looked really hot, like it was warm, and I was like, they can't be Buffalo. I don't know.
Well, that's where they played last year.
I know the Toronto Raptors are playing in Tampa Bay. They're playing with a Lightning play the arena.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they can't play in Toronto. The Raptors can't play. What a crazy thing that is, huh? Well, some stadiums are allowing, if you're vaccinated, you can sit together in certain sections. So.
Well, we're vaccinated, so...
Well, I know a club opened up here locally that says you have to be vaccinated, so some of our friends better get the shot. Better hurry up, because...
Oh, yeah, they better.
If you want to go hang out and see... who are you going to see? Fleetwood Mac? What'd you say?
Oh, no, Led Zeppelin.
Oh, Led Zeppelin?
Led Zeppelin. Oh. It's a Led Zeppelin cover band. Great cover band. I saw them back in my 20s. They're still going at it, and they're phenomenal. It's a great band. Yeah, well, you might have to go see Zapp and Roger like we talked about, because Jimmy has a new prospect at the gym. So she's a Zapp and Roger fan, so you guys can figure that one out. It's good stuff. So yeah, I mean, there's sports world is back, bigger than ever. A lot of things going on. It's funny how NFL is always in the news even when they're not playing. I mean, by the time it'll be summer preseason will be starting, and as we go into the summertime here, but it's going to be great. Baseball, summer night games. Can't wait for those, and as we heat up there, because it's still early in baseball right now. Very early. We gave the Padres a couple of games last week. I mean, we gave them a free. Tell you what, the Padres are for real. I still don't think it's a rivalry, but I think the focus has shifted from the East Coast to the West Coast now. Oh yeah, Boston Boston's doing okay, but New York isn't horrible. You know what? Everybody wants, and the thing is, everybody in baseball was glued to those two Dodger Padres series. Yeah, I know. They were absolutely glued to them. Why? They were high drama. Every freaking game was high drama. It was unbelievable. The last game, we gave them the damn game. We were winning, what, 7-2? 7-1. 7-1. 7-1. And then we're just in the seventh inning, mind you. In the ninth inning, we had a 2-1 lead. We still blew the damn game. Not even. And Kenley wasn't pitching. That's the worst part. Can't even blame Kenley. Dang it. You can't blame Kenley Jansen for that. You know who the hottest team in baseball is? The Oakland A's the last few weeks. Yes, they have been. Yeah, I mean, they have been. And they actually won again today. And the Yankees lost again today. Yeah. Well, par for the course. Even the Giants are doing good. The Giants they're up there as well. You know what? We thought it was going to be maybe just a 2-team race in the National League West. Watch out for the Giants. Watch out for and you know what? Those Giants, after this year, a lot of the money comes off their books, so they're going to be able to sign free agents after this year. So watch out for the Giants. Yeah, I mean they got what's the name, Longoria over there, hometown guy.
from LA. But yeah, they're in the power rankings. I mean, you got the Royals, you got the Giants, the Brewers.
The Royals. Oh my God, who would have thought the Royals would be in first place?
I mean, all these favorites, like some of the favorites are not doing well, but they got Patrick Mahomes bought part of the Royals.
That's right. He did. He is a part owner of the Royals,
and I think his dad is helping him. I think his dad runs it, or that's what I heard.
Well, his dad was an MLB player, so his dad he should know.
Runs the operation. So that's awesome. Imagine that. How old are you? You're young 20s. You're an NFL starting quarterback, and let me buy the baseball team.
Yeah.
Let me buy the MLB team down the street. You know. Wow. Good. That's awesome. So. My Dodgers are going on the road now. Got a couple week road trip. We'll see how they do. They're Milwaukee, so we'll see how it goes over there. I know Milwaukee. They're crying right now because Mr. Rogers is bye.
Who?
Mr. Rogers.
Which Mr. Rogers? Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking like the Brewers. I'm like. Who's Rogers for the Brewers?
Well, they're in Milwaukee. You know?
Yeah, they're in Milwaukee. That's right.
It's a sad day in Milwaukee right now.
It's down the street from Green Bay.
Hopefully they can keep Giannis on their team, you know, and the Bucks. So,
well, he re-upped.
Yeah, I know, but hopefully they keep him again because no one seems to stay in Milwaukee. Thanks for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, by the way.
Oh,
Milwaukee.
My God.
Appreciate it.
Milwaukee.
Yeah. But that's our show, Jimmy. I know you want to add anything. I know this weekend you are doing the fight on Fox.
I will be. I'll be ringside. I'm Zone A.
Zone A?
Which is the people that can be ringside and doing interviews. Everybody else is Zone B and beyond. So, yeah, every time I'm there, I need to get a COVID test every day. So I need to go in early.
Cool.
It should be a fun card. It's stacked with all action fighters, all either Mexican or of Mexican descent. And trust me, all these guys love to duke it out. So it's going to be a fun card.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So where do you watch it at?
You can get your pay-per-view at foxsports.com/pay-per-view/PPV.
Oh, it's a pay-per-view.
It's a pay-per-view. It's $49.99.
Oh, okay. That's like a michelada at Dodger Stadium.
Just about.
Yeah, $49.95.
Maybe, yeah, just about.
Okay,
just about.
Okay. So make sure you check out Jimmy this weekend. It's going to be a great fight. I think Ruiz is going to knock this. I mean, I think still it's going to be a good fight.
It's going to be a good fight.
Even if Ariella gets knocked out, it's still going to be a good fight.
Yeah.
Because you're going to throw blows. Both of them.
Yes, absolutely.
And all the Mexicanos before that are going to throw blows too.
Yes.
You know, and then they're going to go to construction on Monday. You know, back to the holiday on Monday. You know. So, but that's our show. Catch us next week, and we'll be back here with hopefully some news about Rodgers. And,
hopefully some news about Aaron Rodgers and how crazy.
Hopefully
the
he doesn't
was.
go to the Niners. I hope he doesn't go there, but set him somewhere else. But the
Miami,
Jets, Miami. Fine, it's Miami. So, but it's not about Miami. It's about
it's all about the U, baby.
LA, baby.